This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is 6:53. We're getting you ready for your Thursday here in the morning sprint. Mark Peterson has pretty mild forecast to wrap up your April. Rob and Nance following the next phase in reopening Idaho. But first, let's go to Destiny Richards. Breaking news impacting an entire South Hill neighborhood this morning.
Yes, up here there was an apparent vehicle versus pole incident that's leaving Glenrose Road closed at Marie Lane. Right now, Avista Energy is on the scene to deal with power outages in the area that is affecting residents. But right now, we just have authorities blocking off this road, so nobody can come up in this area right now. But we'll be sure to update you once that power's back up and once the road reopens.
Today marks 100 days since the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in Washington State. Spokane County reporting 355 people have tested positive and 21 people have died from it. Only 1.6% of the population in Spokane County has been tested for the virus, though. In Kootenai County, 61 people have the virus. Still, no one has died from it there. Tomorrow, Idaho enters the first stage of its reopening process. Youth activities, worship, and childcare are set to resume with certain requirements. Governor Jay Inslee says the stay-home order will not be lifted next week. He said reopening the economy will happen in stages, but he won't say what those are until tomorrow. Inslee is keeping an eye on the number of tests being done, hospital capacity, and the number of new daily cases. Inslee says he's thinking about letting different parts of the state reopen, but a decision on that has not been made yet.
3.8 million people across the country filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. That means more than 30 million people have filed since mid-March. Today's report makes it 6 times in a row that the weekly report has seen claims in the millions. This is also the 4th week straight that the U.S. has seen first-time unemployment claims drop. However, next week's numbers are expected to show the rate has jumped to 14% in April alone. If you still need to file for unemployment, head to our website. There you'll find key steps to take while filing a claim, as well as several helpful resources. Just find the story on KXLY.com.
All right, we're going to have, again, the potential in our first alert weather of seeing a few scattered showers early this morning and through mid-morning hours. And then it's going to push out of here. Really, today is not going to be too bad of a day at all. We're continuing to see sunshine this afternoon with temperatures into the mid-60s.
The Stevens County Sheriff's Office hopes you can help bring a missing elderly man home safe. This is 74-year-old Michael Frazier. He suffers from Alzheimer's and left 9 Mile Falls in a blue 2005 Subaru Legacy. We are told Michael may be heading toward California. He was last seen wearing a gray pullover, white t-shirt and jeans. He's about 5'8", 170 pounds. If you see him, call police. An outbreak of COVID-19 inside the Spokane Veterans Home has prompted the VA Medical Center to move residents into its hospital. 36 residents and 3 staff members at the Veterans Home were infected. 29 of those vets have been moved to the VA hospital and are now in isolation. The VA says it's also ramped up the number of staff caring for COVID patients. We're told many of those patients are seniors with pre-existing conditions. Governor Brad Little will speak to Idaho this morning at 10 o'clock about the first stage of his 4-step plan to reopen the state. The governor's plan is supposed to go into effect tomorrow. Each stage would run for 2 weeks and, if successful, would allow for more restrictions to be lifted. In stage 1, some retailers, daycares, camps, and places of worship can reopen if they follow physical distancing and proper cleaning rules. When Governor Little speaks at 10 this morning, we will carry that news conference on our Facebook page.
And coming up next on Good Morning America, the latest on growing calls for Joe Biden to address an allegation of sexual assault by a former employee in the early 1990s.
Very painful, and it's had a long-lasting effect on my life.
Biden himself has not commented on the allegations, and the pressure is building for him to speak up. And tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, pregnancy can be scary under the best circumstances. Add in a pandemic, and it can be outright terrifying. But there is help out there. See how you can meet other new or expecting parents who are in the same boat and get answers to your health questions without leaving home. Another check of the weather with Mark.